started. You read the title. Okay. It's awkward occurrence, awkward entertainment. Okay. Father of UPS driver killed in shootout speaks about his son's death. This is Joe Marino. This is the stepfather of Frank Ordonez. And he believes the police are to blame for his stepson's death. So let's get right into the interview.
What has the last, 12, 24 hours been like for your family?
Well, we haven't slept yet. We haven't slept yet because
Let me get a speaker.
my wife is devastated. The girls are devastated. We're in shock. We still don't believe that Frank's dead. We don't believe that all this that occurred. The way it occurred is negligence. I want to be Frank's voice. He's still. My problem with watching the videos is that if you notice, Frank was stepping from the passenger side, crawling down in uniform, brown uniform that actually matches the color of the suspect was in front of him. There's 30, 40. The truck on one side is riddled with 30.
Is that earlier, y'all?
This was negligent. I'm not. Where was in plain daylight rush hour? Where was protocol? Where was SWAT? Where was the hostage negotiator? Where was the sniper? Pembroke Pines, Metro, Miami, Miramar. They shot him dead. And this is the negligence that I'm referring.
What has the last, 12, 24 hours been like for your family?
Well, we haven't slept yet. We haven't slept yet because my wife is devastated. The girls are devastated. We're in shock. We still don't believe that Frank's dead. We don't believe that all this that occurred. The way it occurred is to me is negligence. I want to be Frank's voice. He's my problem with watching the videos is that if you notice, Frank was stepping from the passenger side, crawling down in uniform, brown uniform that actually matches the color of the truck he was driving. The suspect was in front of him. There's 30, 40. The truck on one side is riddled with 30, 40 bullets. There's bullets everywhere. This is a war zone. How can this happen in today's day and age? The police was negligent. And I'm not a police officer. I'm not an attorney either. But I have common sense, and like we all do. And it shows me, where's the protocol? Where was, in plain daylight rush hour, where was protocol? Where was SWAT? Where was the hostage negotiator? Where was the sniper? My son was on the ground. He had his hands wide open. There was no gun. He had no gun. The suspect was in front of him, facing the police. 5 different departments. Coral Gables, Hialeah, Pembroke Pines, Metro, Miami, Miramar. They shot him dead. And this is the negligence that I'm referring to. The negligence, the irresponsibility, the lack of life, the lack of concern, the disregard for life, for a victim. I mean, we've all seen hostage situations where local police surrounds the house. SWAT comes in. There's a negotiator, and either they negotiate a peace, and everyone walks away alive. They didn't give Frank that opportunity. See, what bothers me is the fact that the police went home that night to their families, to their daughters and sons, and their wives. Frank's never coming back. Frank is never coming back. He wasn't afforded that right, the right that police is supposed to protect all of us. And they didn't protect him when he most needed it. That's what's frustrating. The FBI, by the way, UPS was there. We were told, because none of the departments would give us any information. We went to the Memorial Regional in Hollywood. There, they told us they couldn't find his name there. Later, we find out the FBI was coming. UPS called every police department, and no one had any information about Frank. So we went there in a wild goose chase. That's a trauma center, so I figured, but I couldn't understand. I said, wait a minute, if it's in Coral Gables, you got Jackson Memorial as a trauma center, we have Mercy Hospital. Why is he here? So I couldn't understand that. I said, maybe we're in the wrong place, we're getting the wrong information. But then the FBI called and said, we're on our way. And there's details that I can't reveal. I hope you understand. They're still under investigation. There's a lot of confidentiality, and I'm not going to cross the line as far as giving out information. But they did inform us that he was dead on the scene. And then he's at the Broadway Coroner's office. And once the body is released, then we can release him to the funeral home of our choosing. But I want to stress Frank. Frank was 27 years old. He has a 3- and 5-year-old daughter that dad's not coming back. I want to be, to me this is not publicity. I'm trying to get a message, and the message is that I'm going to be a spokesperson. Frank can't speak for himself. I will. And I'll make sure that everyone knows that this was police negligence. And I'm going to use a strong word, and I hope you don't mind, but it's on my mind all night, and I'm going to use that word. Murder. They murder him. And I hope you can understand that and how I feel, because it could have been prevented. It could have been other measures, other procedures should have been handled, as I mentioned earlier.
There hasn't been an official statement saying that it was a bullet from police that killed Frank, but you seem pretty sure. Can you tell me about that?
Look at the videos. Everybody needs to look at the videos. And obviously, the suspect, Frank, is lying down behind the suspect. The suspect is shooting at the police, and the bullets, if you look at the 30, 40 bullets that are riddled throughout the truck, you can tell it was incoming. The suspect was pointing to the police was shooting back. So how can the video doesn't lie? Don't believe me. You don't have to believe me. Look at the video, plural videos, and it clearly states, it's so obvious that it was a Wild West shooting. They had no regard for rush hour, for the people. Someone died, by the way, inside of a car. You aware of that? Someone died within that shooting. So that's why I use words like recklessness, I use irresponsibility, disregard for human life. They're here to protect us. They didn't protect my son. They protected themselves. They went home that night to their families. Frank never came back. And that's the point I'm trying to make.
Can you tell me what Frank was like he's your stepson, correct? As
Yes.
stepson, as a father. Can you tell me a little about him?
Great dad. Frank was 27 years old, but he was a kid at heart. Frank was a homebody. Frank lived for his daughters. He not only took care of them, he was separated, obviously he lived here with us. We welcomed him with open arms. But very noble young man. And I'm not just saying that because he's dead. That's the way he lived. Caring for everybody. You see his decoration? My wife saw it at Walmart, and the box was too big for the trunk of the car. And Frank went and got it for us a surprise last Saturday. So it was a decoration with his mother inside the house. It was Christmas to him with the girls and the family. It was everything, just like my wife. And now there's no more Christmas. Frank is the type of dad that would go out of his way for his daughters, feed them, bathe them, give them everything at his disposal financially. And he was a homebody. Frank wasn't a drinker. He wasn't a smoker. Frank was a homebody. He worked hard at UPS. He worked on the preload. And by the way, I know the terminology and I know the history because I spent 23 years. I'm a retired UPS. So I know the insights. And again, the HR and the center manager was very gracious. But from the point that your starting point, when he started in the preload, he was loading trucks in the morning. He became a cover driver, 5 years seniority, and he was up. Next come January, he was going to have a route, meaning a route, a consistent route instead of having a coverage. He was a cover driver, meaning that a swing driver would cover routes when someone's on vacation, someone's sick. Yeah, filling. Yeah. But noble young man, very humble, very mature, very responsible for his daughters. And now, what do? I mean, we have to help out the mother, so we will. But this was unnecessary. This is avoidable. And I keep pointing to these key words that I'm using because they hit home. And I want to be a spokesperson. I want to make sure that everybody understands what Frank was all about. I want everybody to understand. That this should never happen. Police acted wrongly. Again, negligence is the word.
I guess my last question, seeing now people, are rallying around your family. They want to reach out to you guys. This, for example, this funeral home, I know I just told you, but, wants to donate funeral services. What is that? I know it's still probably early to process, but what is that like, seeing all these people reaching out?
I'm not surprised. We're all human beings. We're all in this world together. I'm not surprised. The human kindness. Even my wife's boss texted me earlier. They're putting together some kind of foundation, Publix's, putting together a foundation to help out with the cost. We're leaving a 3 and 5-year-old. He's leaving behind. Frank's not coming back. But the response from all of you, the response from friends and family, and what I'm hearing in the news is nothing but positive. They're with us. They understand. They all saw the video. It's obvious. The evidence is there. Don't believe me. You don't have to believe me, but believe the evidence. Believe the videos. And there were plenty angles. So I'm so grateful for all of you to come out here. I'm so grateful for the public. Society, once again, says present. It's obvious. The evidence is there. Don't believe me. You don't have to believe me, but believe the evidence. Believe the video. And there were plenty angles. So I'm so grateful for all of you to come out here. I'm so grateful for the public. Society, once again, says present.
Yeah.